using Google Drawings. This little video is a kind of a brief introduction to how to insert drawings in a Google document. A lot of times the things that you want to communicate can't be communicated with just text, and so this is a really convenient way to do that. First of all, you go into the place in the Google Doc where you want to insert the drawing, like inside this box here, and then just click on Insert, and then Drawing, and then select New. And when you do that, this little box opens up, and this is a little miniature, kind of surprisingly powerful drawing package that you can work in. You can draw all kinds of lines, curved lines and connector lines and arrows, polylines, scribbles, all kinds of lines. And then you can draw a lot of shapes. So when you click on shapes, there's tons of different things, rectangles, triangles, all kinds of stuff like that. There's a bunch of different varieties of arrows you can draw, call outs, so these are just like ways to label your drawings, and then some like math symbols and things that you can put in there too. What I want to do here is make a pie chart, and it's a good way to show you how you can use some of these shapes. So I'm going to click on this little pie chart element, and then when I try to draw it, it gets oblong and funny shaped. But if you hold down the Shift key, then it will force it to stay in a circle. And that's true for all of these shapes. If you hold down the Shift key, it will make a circle, it'll make a rectangle, hold its shape as a square. It'll make lines straight, parallel with the horizontal and vertical axes. So that Shift key is a really handy little tool. I can change the color of the border by just selecting a different color. I want to make it transparent actually. And I can change the fill color by just grabbing one of these colors. I'm going to make this green. And with this pie chart shape, this is a really cool shape because I can actually change it. I can modify it by opening or closing the pie, by just grabbing one of those little yellow diamonds. Now, if I want to make a pie chart, it's going to have more than one slice in it. So here's another kind of nice thing you can do. If you select an element and then just Control-C, Control-V, you can copy that element. Now I'm going to drag this thing until I have crosshairs that line up horizontally and vertically, and that means now my two pie charts are right on top of each other. I'm going to change the color of this one to red, and then I'm going to just kind of separate it from the other pie by just moving my little diamonds around. And there, I got a pie chart with two slices in it. If I want that third slice, I can just Control-C, Control-V again, get my two crosshairs so that they're all stacked on top of each other. I'll change this to, let's say, a blue color, and then I can drag my little pies around, and then I've made a shape. So that's one kind of nice thing you can do. I could also, I'll just try to use a couple of simpler shapes, do a rectangle, and I can again change the color of that border to a different color. I can change the thickness of any line on any drawing to thinner or thicker. I can change the type of a line to a dotted line or a dashed line if I want to. Those are all things that are possible. And every shape has built into it the capability of just putting some words in the middle. So I could just type a word in there, and if I highlight that, I can change the font to a different font if I want. I can change the size to a bigger size if I want to. I can change the color of the text to a different color. And I can just make a text box if I want as well. Like that, and change the size and the font and the color, all those kinds of things that I want to do. And I can make underlines or bold or all the normal things you can do with a text editor. Circle, I'll try a circle. It's really an oval, but if you hold the Shift key down, if you hold the Shift key down, it makes sure that it stays as a circle. And when you zoom objects, when you zoom objects to make them bigger or smaller, they will stretch however you want, but if you hold that shift key down, then it'll make sure that they keep their dimensions. So I'm going to draw a circle again because somehow that one got messed up. And then when I stretch the circle with the shift key down, it stays a circle. If I stretch it with the shift key not held down, I can distort it to other shapes that I want. One more I will put in here. They have a couple of two-dimensional or three-dimensional looking things like this cube. So I can make this cube, and then I can change the dimensions of the cube by dragging that diamond around. I can make it bigger or smaller, so I can modify that cube. So that's a little bit of an idea of how to use drawings inside of a Google document. Now I'm going to take some stuff out of here because I want to show you one more thing. I'm going to leave only my pie chart. Now when I click Save and Close, it puts that drawing where I want it in my document. Now if I want to make this pie chart just change a little bit, I can click on this, Command C, Command V in a new spot, and I get a duplicate of that drawing. Now I want to change this so it looks a little bit different. So I click on it, and then I push this little edit button, and it opens it up in that little editing box, and then I can like maybe make this pie slice bigger, smaller, and this pie slice bigger, and then click Save and Close, and now I've just modified that. So I hope this is useful for you as you are doing some online work and want to be able to submit things that require more than just text to answer.